Welcome everyone to another episode of my podcast. It's still unnamed and I have no idea what to name it, but nonetheless, hi. It's been a while. How have you been? I hope you've been well. I hope you had a really fun Halloween holiday season. It's now currently November 14th, which means that we're basically midway through November. And oh my god, that also means that 2025 is upon us in like a month and a half. So, whew, man, what a busy year it's been. But I wanted to share some cool and fun stuff with you guys. It's also been a while since I've had a podcast, so I thought, why not just return to some fun rambles, shall we? So, I wanted to talk about a couple of fun things. First being Mass Effect. Who here is a fan of Mass Effect? Yes? Heck yes? Awesome. One of the most influential things in my life. It's what taught me the value of storytelling. Also, I'm in a kind of a new location here, which is pretty fun. Come on. I'm trying to get my laptop to work too. It's not recognizing. No, come on. Great. Dang it. Aw, man. You didn't see anything. Hold on, technical difficulties here. Oh, Apple technology, you've done it again. Thanks. Anyways, there we go. Yeah, I'm on a somewhat new set. This is just my living room, but like inverted, and I got a new shelf behind me. So I wanted to utilize this nifty, cool experiment in visual excellency, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So okay, N7. Mass Effect is a video game, and it was released in 2007. They've had a full trilogy, which I think was released, I think the third game was released in 2012, following up with Andromeda a couple of years later, I believe 2015. I could be wrong, but I believe that was 2015. We have not had another Mass Effect game in nearly 10 years. Holy moly, how video games have changed since then. Oh, have they changed. But, and 7 Day was only 7 days ago, and it's an opportunity for me to always celebrate Mass Effect because, again, as I mentioned before, it is one of the most influential fictional stories out there for me personally. It taught me that you just max out your life. That sounds weird. Let me explain. Essentially, do the most you can. Do the best you can. Be the best person you could possibly be. I know it is a game in case people here don't know what Mass Effect is, you are Commander Shepard, you could be a guy or a girl, and you go around saving the galaxy. The first game, you are saving it from a rogue secret agent, essentially, who is trying to bring back these ancient robots from taking over the galaxy. It's a lot of fun. 2 is probably the best because it has the most drama and has the most... it's for me, anyways, it's where... Actually, that's a lie. I was about to say it's where I fell in love with Mass Effect, but I really fell in love with it as of the first game. The second one was just even better because I could actually romance Garrus and Tali. There are romances in this game, and it's one of the few games that I felt does personalities so freaking well. It's one of those games where, like, you don't even care if they're an alien, a robot, or another human. Yeah, I adore this character, and I would love to see them grow old and be prosperous. So, and then 3 is the most action-packed. It's probably my least favorite, but it is, I say that. It's the least favorite out of the trilogy because it is the most action-packed. But it is also the most emotional as well, so to each their own. And then you have Andromeda, which is kind of like a spinoff. It wasn't as good as the trilogy, but at the same time, you have a whole trilogy that the game's going up against, so it's fine. But it is an amazing sci-fi piece of celebration. It brings a lot of tropes from previous sci-fi elements, so like it has elements of Star Wars with like biotic abilities. It has elements of Star Trek. You have the Federation of Planets in Star Trek, but in this universe you have the Alliance military trying to make peace with other alien species out there. And then you have things like Battlestar, you have the Quarians, who are, they created these robots, and the robots essentially took over their home planet, and now these Quarians, these alien species, are living on ships in space, just like Battlestar. That's what I mean. And there's the huge celebration of just all things sci-fi, and it's so cool. But it's also affected me. Again, storytelling, trying to be the best person I could possibly be, especially since I liked to live in this world as much as I could. I wanted to max out every possible scenario, and I also like being a good person in most role-playing games to help out and make people feel better. And so, as weird as it is, this game has inspired a lot in me. So, yeah, in that, there was a news announcement. They're making a Mass Effect series, and holy moly do I want to be on that. I don't know how yet. I don't know how. I feel like I have to make an announcement to say, hey guys, hey Amazon. I think it's done by Amazon? Maybe, I don't remember. But I want to do more research for this Mass Effect show, and as best as I can, I want to get involved. I don't know how yet. I don't know if I need to make videos saying, hi guys, I want to get involved. Please get me on board somehow. Give me a cameo. Give me something. Or if I should just move back down to LA and be a PA for the Amazon Studios or something. I don't know. I just want to get involved somehow, some way. So let's make it happen. And in fact, I'm going to write that down. Let's see. Announce that this is my actual working laptop, by the way. This is a MacBook. I'm usually editing on a Windows platform. My big old desktop over there. But when I'm out and about, can't go wrong with a MacBook. I used to use a gaming laptop, and that worked really well for a long time, but it was just so heavy. I wanna be in the... Somehow. Okay. I'll write that later. But, yeah. For the show anyways. So, okay. They've announced that Mass Effect 5 is happening. It's gonna involve the Andromeda Galaxy along with the Milky Way Galaxy. So I'm like, okay, cool. So this does take place after 3. It takes place after Andromeda, or at least maybe around the same time as Andromeda. Who's to say? I think that's a really good idea. One, because as much as I love Shepard and the whole crew, I want their stories done. I want to have closure with those stories. And I would also love to experience something else. I want to experience something not necessarily bigger, but just a different story. I think a lot of people are kind of tired of Star Wars for the Skywalker saga. We've had essentially 9 movies of that, and Andor was such a refreshing show because it, for once, didn't involve Jedi, Sith, Skywalkers. Nothing wrong against them, just we've seen their story for a long time now. Andor is a nice, refreshing take on the whole Star Wars universe. So was Mandalorian, at least for the season 1, and season 3 was a lot of fun, but in terms of quality, but in terms of storytelling, yes, they're both really refreshing stories. Even if there was some Skywalker stuff in there, it felt more like, oh hey, here's like the connection of this universe as opposed to anything. I don't even need the connection for the universes for Mass Effect. I really just want more Mass Effect universe stuff. So give me a personal story. Give me honestly the same tropes. Like maybe it's a person who's gathering a crew to go around the universe. Sure, that's fine. There are plenty of people, I'm sure, that do that aren't just Shepard. So give me that. At least for Mass Effect 5. Liara is going to be involved somehow, some way. I don't know if she's going to be the main character or if she's just the one to pass the torch from Shepard being the main character to whoever this other person is. Also, make this character a playable species. Like, the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer introduced actual playable species and aliens and stuff. I fucking love that. Please, I want more of that. I don't swear often, but, well, okay, that's a lie. I just want to play another character that's not, or another species that's not just a human. I get it. It's easy to create a human. You don't have all the flares of like like other voices and stuff. The Turians have like a nifty flare. The Solarians have a nifty flare. But if you think about it, I don't know. I feel like, especially if this story takes place like over 800 years into the future, Grunt's still alive, and there's a couple of characters that might still be alive, including Liara. But here's the thing. You could absolutely just, as far as I know, I actually... I have no idea how video games actually get into development or anything, but I would imagine you could have what you did with ME1 through Andromeda. You have male, female, or feminine and masculine, essentially. You can have different voices, different performances, and then if you're a Turian, just add a little flair over here. If you're a Solarian, maybe pitch up a little bit. If you're a Krogan, maybe tone it down a little bit, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the actual science is, or text science, whatever. I don't know how to actually achieve that for a video game, but I'd imagine that would offer a lot of open opportunities to play as different alien species. Because my thing is, at the end of the day, Mass Effect is about just coexisting with everybody, no matter what. You have your differences, and I love that. I think it's a really important lesson for everyone to learn. We all have our differences. We all have our needs, our desires. If you're a Turian, you gotta eat dextro amino acids, I think. Same with Quarians, but if you're a human, don't eat that. Or maybe I have it mixed up, actually. I don't remember. But, like, different aliens need different things to survive. Therefore, we're all in this together. And literally by the end of Mass Effect 3, you're banding together all these different cultures and species and aliens to fight a common enemy. Okay, well then what's after that? Let's all just coexist with all of our complications. It's, in a way, kind of like real life, whether you have allergies or if you're a different ethnicity, different orientation, all of that stuff. Like, who cares? We're all just organic beings just trying to survive. That's all Mass Effect is to me, at the very core of it, outside just really cool sci-fi celebrations and aesthetics, because it really does have a cool aesthetic, especially ME1. 2 was pretty cool, but ME1, oh, that was so cool. Anyone remember Novaria and, like, the brutalist architecture that was, like, your station at the very beginning of the Novaria planet? That was really cool. It's still one of my favorite planets of all time. Outside going up to peak 15. That was like, once you get to peak 15, then I'm like, but it feels too cold. It feels like a cold cabin in the middle of somewhere. All that to say, I want the Amazon show to be just like that. I want the Amazon show to showcase a different cast. Maybe it's connected to ME5, maybe not, maybe it's its own separate thing. But especially with the Fallout show, now granted I haven't seen it, I'm so sorry. With the Fallout show being out and honestly being amazing, there's a chance that it could be really good. Halo, not as much. It does have some pretty nifty visual effects, but I feel on a spiritual level, it doesn't quite hit what Halo fans want. As its own thing, maybe it's cool, maybe not. It depends on who you are, but it just feels different from the actual Halo games, whereas Fallout feels a bit more spiritually in line with what Fallout was about. So I want more of that. I want that feeling. I want to feel like whoever made or whoever's making the Mass Effect show, I think it was Devin, I don't remember, the writers for Mass Effect, I just want them to know what that spirit feels like and to put that into the show. And also don't show Shepard. Or you can even reference Shepard, but if you reference Shepard, just be clever about it, because then you don't want to like canonize anything. Outside maybe being, which actually, okay, so the ending of Mass Effect 3, if you don't know, there's some, or was, big controversy for it. The game's been out for over a decade, which is, oh my god, I can't believe it's been out for over a decade. I got this hat. Back in 2012 during the release of Mass Effect 3. Oh my gee, I literally was standing in line at a GameStop. GameStop or... yeah, one of the gaming companies out there. I was in line to get the Legendary Edition. I think I still have the Legendary Edition somewhere, but anyways, all that to say, it's very important to me, and I want to get involved somehow, some way. Please, BioWare, if you're listening to this, that'd be incredible. 1, 2, I'm going to make some socials just so you can listen to this. And 3, have me. I love Mass Effect. I love Mass Effect so much, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens. I am hopeful, but I'm cautiously optimistic and hopeful, but definitely bold on cautious, because while Mass Effect Andromeda was fun for me, it was kind of a miss for a lot of people, and with how BioWare's been doing things lately, I don't play Dragon Age, so I don't know how good or bad that one is, but I'm just hopeful. That's it. I'm just staying hopeful. But moving on, I'm sure a lot of you have noticed I have been uploading pretty much every single day since October. It's currently mid-November, and it's been a fun ride. It's honestly been really fun to just trying out content creating, if you will, uploading every single day. It's also been kind of exhausting. So here are my thoughts. What are the goods? The goods are, I feel like my soul is doing okay. Like I'm actually like getting more in tune with myself in a way. I'm having fun at the end of this too. The reception that I've been getting has been really cool. Um, and I get to kind of create these sketches. At the end of the day, I still want to make Circuit Breakers this whole big series and universe. However, I feel like I'm given the chance to just peek through the door, just a little bit, give a little peek. Oh, hey guys, here's what Circuit Breakers is. Oh, just a little bit though. um, and in that, I have this rule for every piece of content that I make, and I try to stick with it to the best of my ability. But I must either, actually, so yeah, I must have fun. I need to make sure that the audience is either having fun with it or is learning something about it, or it's just engaging, it's relatable, and reveal something about the universe or the characters. So, for example, today I uploaded, what was it? The I'm mad at you, let's fight meme from TikTok. I know it's from a show, but I haven't seen the show yet. Long story short, okay, Lux can definitely take care of herself. Whoosh. She's got a knife. She's ready to go. I thought I muted you. She's got a knife. She's ready to go. Great, cool, awesome. What does that reveal about her as a character? She is incredibly self-protective. Ooh, does that hint towards anything? Is she damaged? Does she have some trauma? What's going on there? Maybe it also reveals that Lo-Fi, the character, is a little bit of a wuss. Like, oh my god, don't stop it. No, don't knife me. Let's dukes up instead. What the heck? So something like that. Or in other cases, the day before, I uploaded like D3 gets drunk off of essentially coffee, or what else is in the coffee, who's to say? But that hopefully reveals that D3 is a little bit of an aloof type character. Am I saying that right? He's like the Mr. Bean of this universe. He's brilliant in some aspects, and then just an utterly comedic genius in other ways, if you will. And so that's what I would like to do. If it's relatable, and if it's easy, if it's funny, all that stuff, like cool, awesome. But those are kind of like my needs for each sketch. So we'll see. Those are just sketches though. There's announcements and other videos, but it's also been fun to just practice more writing and to really live in this world further and further. Primarily from like the perspective of like an individual, because I've been thinking so broadly about Circuit Breakers that it's been fun to like just dive deep into like an individual's perspective. So it's been cool. The bad side is, holy moly, it takes a lot of work. The amount of times I've stayed up past like 2 a.m. just trying to get all this stuff done, whether it's a thumbnail or it's the sound design, especially sound Foley. That's a huge one. Setting up the lights and whatnot. I think it was Tuesday that I like set up all these lights, and I was expecting to only record for like 2-ish hours, and it ended up being close to 4 hours. It was a lot of fun, but man, was it exhausting, because then I still had to like do a couple of other things later that night, and then everything just got pushed to like 4 in the morning. So I've been getting like 4, maybe at the max 5 hours of sleep. Last night I actually got a decent amount of sleep, which is good. I was kind of planning to have a late night 2 nights ago so I could have a decent sleep last night, so yay, that's good. But it's also been eating up at a lot of my life stuff. There have been moments where I'm like, I just want to draw or do something, but I know I got to get this done. And I guess the ugly side of that is, the good, bad, the ugly, has been treating a lot of this stuff more like a business. And finding that balance can be pretty difficult sometimes. So, like there are moments where I'm like, oh, this isn't perfect, but maybe it's good enough. And I feel, hello. And I feel, that I don't want this to turn into a business, but at the same time, I know I must turn it into a business, especially if I'm going to turn it into a show, get some money off of it, and ideally live off of making this stuff. So finding that balance between the art and the business is incredibly difficult for me, because like I have my passion, I have my artistic side, like I want to do this, this, and this, and this, but is that going to make money? That is something I have to think about at the end of the day. And right now, I'm trying not to think about it too much. Even for Circuit Breakers, I'm not thinking about it too much. It's just kind of in the back of my head, helping influence what I do. So that's pretty much it, though. Would love a bit more time in each day, like 3 hours, even 1 hour per day. 1 extra hour would be phenomenal. But until then, we're here. But that leads me into some other things too. Let's see, what do I got? Most prouding projects. What I learned, what I hated. Yeah. So, man, I think the Alien Isolation, or Cutie Isolation, I've been calling it, was probably one of my most proudest because I spent a lot of time on that one. Halloween's also fun. Horror itself, I'm not much for a horror like game or movie type, but I do enjoy a good spook. And it's also really cool because, like, from a filmmaker's perspective, horror is supposed to be like a lot of people's way into the industry to a certain degree. If you can get people to get scared, cool. Granted, fear and being scared is such a primal instinct that it's like nice when it hits. And a lot of people like it's like a roller coaster. It's just an adrenaline rush, so why not? But yeah, horror lends itself to having a lot of experimentation that you see in a lot of other actual big movies too. So I had a lot of fun with that one. I'd say that's my most proudest one. The other one I would say is probably D3 going, vodka, what's in your coffee? Vodka. I love slapstick stuff like that, especially when it has like a big thud, like when D3's like face just palms down to the table. You hear that big thud. I also adore Shane, who plays D3 in that sketch, and that's always, I don't know, it's always fun working with that energy, essentially, and I want more of that. But, yeah, time management's also a huge one. What I'd like to do for a lot of these sketches moving forward is take a weekend, record pretty much all day, or like start earlier in the morning, record a ton of stuff, and then have like the next day to just edit everything together. Especially TikTok videos are going to be wicked easy, wildly easy to record. Maybe setting up the lights, sure, that's one thing, but oh my goodness, it is so much faster to edit to a TikTok video. All the sound's already done. It's just one layer. Easy. Whereas when it's like a small little thing like me answering the phone and arguing with another robot, that in itself is like, oh my god, that takes like an hour to go through sound design, so... And it requires a lot of my focus, too, to make sure that it all sounds good, too, so that's the other thing. I'm not really I'm not really complaining, I'm just... I guess maybe I am? I don't know. Just commenting about the intensities. Eventually, what I'd like to do with this stuff is gather 2 to 3 PAs, or maybe 2 PAs and 1 other person, which could be like doubled for the second person. They would be like helping me light and record stuff. One would be the camera operator, the other could be like an actor, like going against myself. And then one of those people or individuals could be the assistant editor too. Could be DIT on set, just ingest everything, maybe even have like kind of an assembly cut going, and then I can just go through and just quickly re-edit some stuff, and then bam. That'd be awesome, but until then, I'm just doing everything by myself for now, but more details on that soon. Now, how about things that, the current projects I've been doing, because rent has still been a bit difficult to, achieve. It's currently November. I did pay off October, but I'm hoping to get just enough for November coming up soon. Which I know I'll probably pay it off in December, but I've been working on a couple of things. Aperture's commercial, the Storm 80C commercial, which I'll link it in the description sometime, or hopefully I remember to link it in the description. But the Storm 80C is basically like the Amaran 300C, except I believe it'll be battery operatable. It's using the Blair CG color index, which is essentially each letter stands for a different color. So Blair B stands for blue, L stands for lime, A for amber, I for indigo, R for red, C for cyan, and G for green. And it's supposed to essentially emulate a more accurate color when it comes to RGB lighting. I think Aperture's moving away from RGBWW, which stands for white and something else. But Blair is supposed to be more accurate to like actual real daylight, so that's pretty cool. I'm making a commercial for them. It's always fun to make a commercial for them. It's always fun working with Aperture. I just wrapped up as of, I believe, yesterday and just confirmed it today. The Bainbridge Island Museum of Arts has a new exhibit featuring Dennis Evans and Nancy Mee's art and their sculptures and whatnot. It's pretty cool, pretty fun. They're one of the new clients that I have, and I can't wait to continue working with them because they're really fun. They're really very calm, and it's all like they just showcase artists and their craft and their pursuit in their craft, and I love that. I always love stuff like that. So yes, heck yes, let's go. So what I talk about, stay artsy, right? And that's what they're doing. The other thing is VFX. I was doing some VFX for a friend who lives in Arizona, but this spot, I believe, is in San Diego. But long story short, just doing some VFX work here and there. They have lanterns in the shot, and I just made them brighter. That's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. And then I met up with someone at NAB who I also found out is a local here in the Seattle area, which is really cool. They do some med tech stuff. And so, yeah, I was able to help out with some nifty animations. It's like take information from a PowerPoint, turn it into like a really nice high-end, like not PowerPoint, but like some motion graphics animation. I did voice it to give them an option, but yeah. That was fun. That was cool. I'm just trying out all these different, like, projects to stay afloat. Let's see. Edited a wedding video for my friend, and then with that same friend, I am just starting editing his short film there, too. I have a lot of collaborations with Fuchsia, as you guys are also aware. Or maybe aware of Fuchsia. He is his own robot content creator and filmmaker as well, and it's always fun hanging out with him. I haven't hung out with him in such a long time, since, oh my goodness, since Montreal, which was like February or April? Gosh, it's been a long time. Okay, yeah, I miss him. But I do have some footage with him from last year that I have started editing and putting together in this content building stuff. Which, I guess, quick thing, where is all this content creating going? I'm just gonna keep going until next year, and then probably take like a week towards like around Christmas time frame, or actually, we'll see. I might take a week like January 1st or something. Ideally, I'll have enough like pre-recorded and pre-edited, and even just scheduled. If I can schedule out for like 2 weeks worth, oh, beautiful, perfect, easy. But then I have a friend, actually. Their name is Disaster, and they are helping out with the analytics for a lot of these videos, especially since I've been recording for over a month now. I would love to know the analytics of all these different platforms, which are the most popular, which suck, and then go for the ones that are more popular, mix in with some nifty twists of what I like, aka like the circuit breaker announcements and little tidbits and stuff. And then go from there. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And that'll influence what happens. That'll influence what happens next year with my content, and heck, even for the remainder of this year, too. So stay tuned for that. I'm quite excited to see those analytics. I think I'll probably know throughout the rest of this month, and then towards the beginning of December, actually have like a more finite plan. And then hopefully actually start on circuit breakers. That would be wicked nice. Couple of other things too. I want to try out Wonder Studios. So as someone who doesn't know anything about 3D VFX work or CGI, that's still something I'd like to dive into at some point. But for now, I mean, I honestly am thinking Wonder Studios might be a nifty thing to try out for a while. If I subscribe to it for just 1 month and just give it a shot, maybe it's like myself with another robot, or maybe I take off like my synthetic skin to reveal like a robot hand, and I can just have that robot hand on like a green screen or something. That could be pretty interesting. So there's a lot that I want to experiment with, a lot of VFX that's like brand new that I do want to like try out. So it's just a matter of time and setting that time to actually make it work. So woo. Let's see. Wannabe? Oh yeah, duh. Wow, we actually got through a lot of this stuff, so heck yeah. Last couple of tidbits here. Oh my goodness, there's so much actually. Never mind. Oh gosh. Oh boy. I've already been rambling for so long, so can you stop? Can my phone just like be quiet for like 2 minutes? Okay, so a couple of miscellaneous updates too. Max, he Max Hazard level hazard. I think his name is Max Level Hazard. Um, Hazard level. What am I talking about? Anyways, he's on VGen. Really talented artist, and he's making me a VTuber setup, so that'll be really cool. I commissioned him a lot of emotes and whatnot, mostly just for like stickers and whatnot too. Oh, and then the store. I am updating the store a little bit too. The stickers are going to be a lot bigger. I'll actually have some variety with the stickers too. So I'm just gonna make. I'll probably take down some of the stickers actually. But long story short, what I want to do is keep some of the smaller stickers and specify that they are smaller with the dimensions and everything, and then make some bigger stickers that are probably like yay big. And they could be plastered wherever you want them. Couple of other things too. I'm going to be making more products, probably like 15 new ones. I already have a couple of ideas from like hoodies to water bottles, maybe even lanyards. I am using, and then more t-shirts, of course. I am making sure that everything's been categorized, and then I'm going to make some extra spots for it too, so that when I have the products, and in fact, I need to get to designing them tomorrow. Tomorrow being Friday. Oh my goodness! Because once it's designed, then I can actually like get the test products, and then use the test products to just announce the stuff, make sure that they're actually like good too, and then go from there. So there's a lot that I'm doing on the Etsy shop side of things. That I have plans for soon, eventually. So stay tuned. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's a lot. It's a lot for me to manage, but I think we're managing okay. And then, leading into that, Patreon. So I have been thinking about this for a long while. I really haven't been prioritizing Patreon too much. I know I have like some exclusives, and whenever I post on socials, I do try to remember to post on Patreon too. But in terms of exclusives, I've been really curious. What do you guys want to see? I think there was like one poll that Patreon had asked you guys, and someone said exclusive content. So obviously these podcasts will stay exclusive at least for a while. I don't really have plans to make it unexclusive, but I will announce if that does happen or if anything does change. But there are some other ones. Let's see. In terms of other Patreon exclusives that I've been kind of simmering on, it's behind the scenes. Someone did mention that they really enjoyed the behind the scenes element of a lot of my sketches, so I've been trying to like focus more on that, make the public stuff more focused on the characters and the story, and then Patreon could have like elements of the behind the scenes as well. I'm tempted to start like a separate channel just for behind the scenes stuff, just for archiving, but we'll see. We'll see. I do have Lo-Fi Secrets as my second channel, but it's primarily just for bonus things, so maybe I can upload it there. We'll see, we'll see. Or I'll turn it into Corridor Digital, where like they have Corridor Digital with all their main stuff, and then Corridor Crew is like suddenly the more popular thing, which wouldn't be too bad, but we'll see. The other was, oh man, what was it? I know I still have like the exclusives for, ooh, does Shift Tab work? Dang it. Command Tab? Dang it. Nope. Dang it. No. Okay, we'll just stay there then, fine. I have another tab open that has all of, like, the lists and stuff, but, screw it. You don't get to see my robotic hand, it's so embarrassing. Oh, no. Right, streaming edits. So I thought, what might be kind of nifty is, like, to actually stream my creative process when it comes to a lot of, like, my video edits, both for work, both, for lo-fi, and for, you know, any other projects, too. And especially with the VTuber setup that Max is making me, I thought that would actually be kind of cool. So, let me know. More podcasts. Personal life stuff, I think I already kind of revealed some of that stuff, but, like, probably diving even deeper into the personal life things, like, hey, this event is happening, and it was really fun, or, oh my goodness, Halloween was, like, this, oh my goodness, you know, stuff like that, so... And then Circuit Breaker lore drops. If you guys are subscribed to Vivian Madrano's or Vivzy Pop's Patreon, she likes to upload like a little like picture with some font and a cool background, and it just reveals things about the universe. So I learned that imps are a lot like dragons in that they like to collect things, they hoard things and stuff. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So let me know what you guys think. For Patreon exclusives, there's behind the scenes, streaming edits, personal life things, more podcasts, and Circuit Breaker's lore drops. And then exclusives to also like the merch too, which I'm still trying to set up. So thank you for your patience on that. I haven't done much there, but please let me know what you guys think of those ideas, and if you have any other ideas on what you would like for Patreon exclusives, then I would love to hear it. Please let me know. That would be wonderful. And then let's see. That's all that stuff. Oh man, other miscellaneous things. I want to make a Pumpkinhead OC. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I always love the idea of like Halloween-inspired characters. I love skeleton characters, whether it be Sans, Papyrus, Jack Skellington. Pumpkin OCs are really fun. I love seeing them on Twitter, and I think that'd be really fun to have like an in-universe version or like a live-action universe for that. That'd be wicked fun. And they would kind of fit within the object head aesthetic of things. So, first, Circuit Breaker lore drop. Yes, there is a difference between an object head and a synth or a robot. In a lot of cases, and machine for that matter too. So, like Sig here is a machine. It is, I was about to say man-made, but what is man in terms of my universe? It is artificially made, whereas robots, they can be artificially made, mixed in with a spirit from the astral plane. And then you have object heads that are specifically just spirits from the astral plane that kind of emit a body, kind of sort of. They like take a bunch of objects and literally form a body around it, so around the spirit. So, hey, first lore drop, and I think a Pumpkinhead would fit very well in that. For whatever reason, I wrote down the Astrobot game is adorable. It is adorable. I have yet to really play it too much. I went to a friend's house to play it, and oh my god, they're so cute. They're so adorable and so thick. Who made them so thick? I want a plushie of them. A couple of other things too. So this is more so on the personal life things, but job's been really rough still. It's been a weird year for budgets. It's been a weird year for just everything money related. But it's also kind of been the case for a long while. I've been losing a lot of money since last year, since 2023. And I'm definitely trying my best to get back into a nice flow of money. That just requires a lot of work and a lot of determination and a lot of self-discipline, for sure. And so yeah, that's what I've been trying to do a lot. I know it's been kind of slow. October's been really rough. November isn't shaping up to be too much better, but it's like going up just a little bit. And December, I think, will also be pretty interesting. I'm also entering a lot of birthday and holiday seasons, so oh my goodness, there's like 3 people that have birthdays within the next 2 months that I know of. Actually, several more, actually, if I'm including friends. In terms of, like, my super inner circle of family members and, like, best friends, yeah, there's only a couple. But, like, in terms of other friends, ooh, there's even more. So, like, goodness gracious. And then holidays, you know, I'd still like to gift people something, but I know that I just don't have the budget for that. So, it's one of those things where I'm like, dang it. If this were summer, that'd be different. I'd just feel a lot of FOMO. But this is like the holiday season, dang it. So, I don't know, just trying things out. I'm just continuing to prod further about different jobs. And the store, I'm really hoping will pick up at some point too. ShareGrid has been absolutely dead for a while, so maybe I should just re-advertise that I'm on ShareGrid or something. It's so fascinating how much is, like, so much of life, so much of everything right now is just all about advertising, and it's wild. It's so wild. But, yeah, just trying to stay hopeful during these very tough times, especially now with the political stuff being a bit crazy, too. I don't want to be political on my channel. I just kind of want to just show the world that I want to live in. Maybe that involves some politics, but I don't know. I don't like specifically talking. Have you heard this, and that? No, I don't want to showcase that, so, the last personal thing that I had was the idea of moving to Los Angeles. I've definitely felt that I limit myself here in Seattle. I don't know if or how much that is very much self-inflicted versus the environment that I am in. Seattle is not a very film-friendly city. We don't have a lot of tax breaks. We don't really advertise a lot of film stuff. It's a wonderful city to live in, especially if you're kind of a tech bro or into Microsoft or into nature. And it's my home city. It very much feels like home to me. However, I do admit that for the business, for filmmaking, it is not that great. So, dang it. Uh, there's a part of me that's just been wondering. Hello. There's a part of me that's just been wondering how often, or, should I move down there again? I moved down there back in 2019, and then I moved back in 2021? Or early 2020. I think early 2022. Yeah, early 2022. Yeah, because COVID happened. Oh, no, it was 2021. Yeah. March, I moved back home. And there's still a little bit of me that kind of misses LA. And whenever I go down to visit, it's like, oh, this is so fun to be here. Still to this day, I always advertise or say that like LA is a fun city to visit and it feels like my office, but my home is Seattle. And so I always feel like I'm a cat in the middle of a doorway between being outdoors and indoors. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. We're gonna give it a bit. I still want to finish Circuit Breakers season 0 first. Make this pilot season happen, or the short film, whatever the case is. Make that happen first on like a shoestring budget here in Seattle, and then take it everywhere. After that, then I can think about moving to wherever. But for that to happen, I gotta make sure that I have a roof over my head, and I'm not gonna go broke making everything that I want to make. So, hey, if you're watching this, congratulations, you're on Patreon already. Consider going to the store, or if you're not on Patreon, then hey, consider going to Patreon and subscribing. It helps me make more videos and to make more cassette futuristic short films, so I would very much appreciate that. But just a consideration. But I think that's it. I want to give a special thanks to all of the subscribers here on Patreon. Let me take off my totally robot hand again because I can't use my MacBook without taking off my gloves. So, in no particular order, Covert Crow, thank you. Dead Ghost Town, thanks a ton. Brandon Gobel, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. With any of these names, I apologize. Thanks a ton. Fushiakor, hey, I see you, thanks. Eric, thanks a ton. Josh, also thanks a ton. Scarlett, yo, thanks. Tord, heck yeah, I see you, thanks. Yeah, it's Jin, hey, I see you, thanks. And I can't pronounce this name, but they're in Japanese lettering, so for you, thanks a ton. And also, thank you for the people that have subscribed for free as well, like Adusius. I know how to pronounce this. Adusius. I'm so sorry. Aftin-sama. Gaz, or Gaze? No, it's probably Gaz. Jane Phillips, N. Nezuka. Hey, what's up, Nix, and Samurai Kibichi. Tony, I see you. Hey, what's up? Anyways, how long has this been going for? It's been a while. So that's been a big update. Stay tuned for more stuff because I have lots more coming. And thank you for all who have supported me. Even if you've just been supporting me for free, going on my socials and just retweeting or even just liking and heck, even just watching. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned for more stuff because I got lots and lots more coming up soon. And comment below. Again, what do you guys want to see on Patreon specifically? What are the, out of all the ideas that I listed out earlier, and then if you guys have any ideas too, like what do you want to see? I'm more than happy to share it. So, till then, see you later, guys. Stay artsy. Coffee break. Woo! All right. It is 12:20. Get a couple of sketches going and then workout time.